Look at you glorious cheesecake. Shout out to the Squirtle Squad. We're going to be speaking about incentive token friends and giving you a quick PulseChain ecosystem update. And I'm actually more motivated to do it because my friends have been sending me comment section screenshots of just everybody, the crowd, going like, it's so sad to watch. He's still buying the eHEX. He's so unwilling to admit he was wrong. Oh, man, this is over. And I wish I could just show you just what is going through my brain as I do that. I'm like, oh, this is like the 10th time it's happening again. Gee, I wonder how this works out. First, friends, this is actually most important. Impermanent loss, okay? Impermanent loss is very, very real, especially in incentive token because it ran down so much and now it runs so much. Remember, impermanent loss is extra loss. Do you understand that? Extra. Do you know what extra means? Not the original loss you thought. It's extra. Additional loss. It's not just the loss itself. It is the things that you're like, oh my gosh, I now have a loss because I'm in here. That's worse. All right? Now, impermanent loss, friends, is because of the ratios. So don't worry about how it works. I'm just telling you that, look, I actually calculated the number. I can show you on the calculator here. But if you did incentive token yield farming at the beginning of this year, you are already down 22%. That's right. Already. You are down 22%. You have lost 22% of your coins because incentive token has outperformed PulseX by 335%. So what you can do is you can actually go to the CoinGecko impermanent loss calculator. I've done this many times, friends. So you can type in CoinGecko impermanent loss calculator into YouTube and into Google. See, this is the thing. Asset 1 weight and weight, they're both 50-50. But if you go to asset 1 price change, 335%, the other one's 0, see 22% loss. So here's the thing. You can double this. You can say, okay, my coin went, one coin went up 2x. And then you can say, all right, the other coin went up 8x. See, look at the number, friends. It's still 22%. You see that? So here's the thing. You can double it again. What if you did 200% here, but 1400%? Look at that. 25% loss. You see that? That's ink continuing to gain. Another 2x, another 2x. So if I go back to the chart, this should show you. So you've lost 22% of your coins. Now, this is the actual chart here. This is the ink PulseX ratio. So basically, if you go up another 100% from here, all right, you've lost, see, bang, now you're down 25% of your coins. But look, here's the thing. You're getting compensated in incentive token. And if you go and check the yield on it, the yields, friends, you have a look right here. The yields, for example, incentive token and PulseX is 53%. So it takes you about, at this rate, it's about 6 months to make back break even. All right. So let's say you joined in January. Well, guess what? You know, everybody who joined the incentive token, I warned you. I warned you. The guy with the Pokemon hat. Shout out to the Squirtle Squad. Also, Jigglypuff. We love Jiggly Boy. All right. I warned you, friends. I told you. But look, it's okay. You got to learn. It's not the end of the world. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just keep farming. You'll be okay. But I did mention many times, it's the extra loss. Okay. This impermanent loss is real. You got to be careful with these. That's why I only do PulseX and Pulse. But if you're looking at these, just like now you're basically locked in longer. And you're like, wow, crap. Like if you started in January, yeah, you now have to wait till June. And now you're break even. Now everything you've made in your ink, pretty much, now you've just covered your lost tokens of what you've actually provided. So that's why, remember, impermanent loss is extra loss of the deviation. Now, here's the thing. You can make your coins back, but then ink has to go down on the chart. So let me show you now. So ink has to go. So ink itself, the price has to drop. It comes back down to where it was in January. There you go. You have no impermanent loss here. But guess what? You probably, if you've been farming the whole time, you've made the extra yield. But are you really that happy? Because your ink token has dropped. So that pool, whatever you have in there, that value's dropped as well. So you're not that happy, are you? So effectively, what you really want is you want to just go sideways forever. But it's unrealistic, right? Because bull market go up, bear market go down. It looks like a big fat sideways, but actually really not. So incentive token, friends, obviously it's a high flyer. It's like the pancake food coin. And look, look, you can see this as a weakness or a strength, but I think it's a strength. Incentive token is it's sharing from HEX product market fit. That's another way to think about it. See, some people, I know a lot of people all in HEX. Well, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm not going to just tell people it's not happening. You know what's happening. Who are you kidding yourself? Okay, like you got high yields on this, friends. You know, incentive token giving 56% yield as a Richard Hart coin, and his pHEX and Pulse giving 45%. Now, they're not going to last forever. You know that. But what's the reason to long-term stake after this? Well, you go, well, the yields aren't going to last forever and things are going to happen, of course. But then you have to weigh up how much of the yield they're actually going to earn, and then what if Euphoria happens and then there's like a 95% drop again? That's another thing, right? You know, friends, you know, crypto drops 95% in a bear market and you don't know when it's going to start. What if Euphoria happens too early? Much and everything. That's why I'm helping you. I'm not going to, like, let me know in the comment section. Do you guys want me to shut my mouth because it might offend some people? Or do you care about understanding risks and these things going forward, right? Because, yeah, it would be great if we all just knew, oh, we're all definitely 100% going to win. There's nothing else that can go wrong. You've seen many of things, friends. You know you can't go off this investing principle for life. I want to remind you as well, incentive token, so the green logo, it is a cycle 2 narrative, but it's a cycle 1 coin. It's like the food token Cake. Like you're earning yield, you're providing liquidity. Cake was the incentive token, right? Like from BNB, and it actually did really well. And I can show you the chart here. Let's actually go to the monthly. This was the big run. Friends, there was some dude, I don't know, like, man, God bless you, man. What a lottery ticket win. He went into the Pancake ICO back when, like, friends, food tokens were nothing. No one knew what the hell was. He went into a Pancake ICO meant to be on Binance. Remember, he turned like, I don't know, like 10 grand into like 10 million bucks or 7 million or 6 million or something. So, and how did it happen? It's because, look, he got lucky, man. He got lucky. He got a food token. So he got DeFi, which was still like yield, which was still cycle 1 narrative. So he got a cycle 1 narrative. He was in a cycle 1 coin, a new coin. But then he had something extra. This is something you can't predict. He had the alternative layer 1 Ethereum competitor narrative. People rushed into Binance. So this guy basically jackpot. Aren't you glad, friends? You probably look at this chart. You're like, oh, a coin did well. Yeah, but why did it do well? You don't know why it did well. Why did it actually go up here? You're earning yield on this, by the way. You did 146x and you're earning 100%, 300% APY. Bang, 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 bang. That's just an insane amount of money. I don't know if the guy took out his profit or whatever, but still, I mean, friends, I think he peaked at 14 million. Even if you drop 90% from that, you're still at 1.4 million. And you're backed by Binance, who's buying up the coins and stuff. So, but do you see, friends? I'm showing you why did he have the 3 ticks he had. Remember, he had, you write it down. you actually see it, friends. He had number 1, right? Cycle 1 coin, basically did an ICO. So cycle 1 coin, ICO, new coin. He had cycle number 1 narrative, which was DeFi yield. That's what Cake was, okay? That's what the sector was, DeFi yield. And then number 3, this was bonus. He had cycle 1 narrative again with Binance alt layer 1 chain narrative. ETH too expensive. That's what happened, friends. You see that? The triple winner. Bang, bang, bang. Cycle 1 coin, cycle 1 narrative for DeFi yield. And then it was on a chain that experienced cycle 1 narrative again. We had like, bang, that's like huge. And that explains it, right? That's why I explained these people made 1000x. Crazy, absolutely crazy. From like an ICO, just people doing it. And no, man, that's nuts. So people earn a lot of yield and stuff for it as well. So this helps explain, and that's what incentive token is. You see how that was so powerful last cycle? Now, it's probably cigarette puff again, but it is what it is. That's why, look, Richard knows this, friends. He has to keep the yields high, Richard Hart. He has to keep the yields high because otherwise, how else are you going to get people to bridge in? They need to be incentivized. Why bother paying people 0.1% per week, which is nothing, when they're getting like freaking, 100% per week playing these other meme coins and altcoins on other chains? So you have to be competitive. Now, I'm just going to go through the quick charts here. You still have PulseChain. Friends, PulseChain is still zipping around. All right, we're still trying to curl up. This was luckily, this is actually still a higher low. It really is right now. It's still a higher low, even though it kind of breaks this megaphone pattern. This was like, this sucks. But, man, I hope this doesn't happen. That sucks. End of April, and then we got to go back up. We hope that doesn't happen. Once again, it's just hoping and coping, but usually, yeah. Now, a lot of people, this is why, man, it sucks that Look, I think Richard Hart, he saw Logan Paul. Logan Paul took everybody's money and released no product. And then I think corrupt SEC and the feds, when they took him, they go, look, man, you got a lot of angry investors. You have to release something. You've taken their money. It doesn't matter how shit the product is. You just got to release something. So he did. He released like these trashed NFTs. I think Richard saw that with the lawyers and they're like, okay, well, we have to let the investors know something is happening with the money, right? So here's the thing. You are allowed to make bad decisions that don't work out. You just can't make fraud. So you can just be crap. It's just, oh, things don't work out all the time, right? So that's probably why Richard lets everyone see the Ethereum trade and the wallet. That's a lot of people are pondering. Why can we see? It should be like in the background. No, now there's way too many angry investors, man. SEC, too many people on his back. You can't get away with this. Like, and what was the last ounce of Copa before? It was, don't worry, it's a bear market. Everything else is dead as well. That narrative is gone too, isn't it? Because Bitcoin touches 73K. There's meme coins, there's AI coins, there's all these other stuff, Solana, all these other things, Arbitrum, all these other Coinbase. Other things are going up. Many other things are going up. These coins are still down. But hey, it's because they're cycle 2 narrative. I'd hope they'd be higher, but it is what it is, okay? So that's basically what we're looking at here. And we still have the zone, friends. If we put on a log chart, Eric is still going to become my friend when we hit up here. We're just hoping it comes fast, sooner rather than later. PulseX, same thing. That's why, man, friends, oh, you got to watch my videos. You are watching my videos. I love you and appreciate you. Keep your elbows very, very pointy. Please like, subscribe, belly button, or I've told you, look, man, I know no one wants to admit it, but yeah, we had a bit of euphoria when Richard pumped $14 million in, and then we went to PulseX day 1 sack, and then we just come back down. So that's why, man, I know there's these moon maths. I was planning to make a video, don't know if I go around, the way Richard said, oh, if I theoretically put in $450 million into the pool, everything goes up 100x. But then, like, Mr. Dipcatcher made the, like, he summarized the perfect, he goes, okay, if you put $450 million in the pool and the price is up 100x, okay, literally, 2 guys take out $100 million each, 10 guys take out like $40 million each, and then that's it, it's all gone. There you go. The biggest wallets just go, oh, sweet. Sweet, I had here, now I've got all this money, bang, 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 all the money comes out, and then it probably finishes lower than when it started because the treasury's gone. You got nothing to pump it with, you see? So, but Richard knows this. He's just saying that, like, that's how the maths and stuff of the, because it's all the Uniswap formula. That's why these things, friends, and all the people saying, he's going to say it's going to do 100x, yeah. Look, man, I'm just going to be honest. We've moved the goalpost a lot. All right, so I do imagine a world where the goalposts get moved again and everybody chanting 14,000x and 1,000x. I can see that being like lowered again, where it's like, where else could you get X return? The stock market only did this amount per year. So I'm just telling you, so, friends, I don't care about the maxis and everyone else just holding it. I don't give a shit. I'm letting you know you're investing. Yes, just how I see it is, he's got a plan. His plan is, okay, we're going to try and make a pump. If people keep selling and the market doesn't want to go up and we don't achieve it, I'm going to move the goalposts. I'm going to rewrite history and say, well, we outperform the stock market and we outperform Bitcoin, but really we outperform Bitcoin by measuring from the imaginary, from the all-time low part, not the day 1 sack part. And then it's going to have to be like, it's going to be cherry-picked and stuff. Of course, that's marketing. So I want you to know, even though people say, it can't fail, it can't fail. Guess what, man? There is no failure. There's no failure. There's how you paint the narrative in the marketing. There's no failure with that. You see what I mean? Like, for example, it's cold outside. It's cold and rainy. You can paint that as 2 ways. Oh, it's cold and rainy. No one can go out. We can't have a good day today. Or you can paint it as enjoy some inside time with your loved ones. And it's nice and cozy. Have a cup of hot chocolate. Sit on your squeaky chair and do some reading and just contemplate about life and wonderful things. You see that? Same thing event is happening. It was raining outside. Okay, it's marketing, friends. That's what. And Richard's really, really good at marketing. By the way, I already let you know. A lot of people were saying it was going to do 100x off the launch, and as soon as, friends, we're measuring from the bottom now. Everyone's saying, "Oh, forget your day 1 sack price. It's irrelevant." Yeah, look, Mr. Crypto 7 said that. He's actually right. He's actually right. He's basically saying day 1 sack price is now irrelevant to the market. It is, but I don't think Mr. Crypto 7. So shout out to Mr. Crypto 7. I don't think, like, I know he's trying to put a positive spin on it, but that's a gentle way to say we got wrecked. All right, now that's not me saying it. That's the market saying it, okay? And I say we got wrecked. We were wrecked so far, like we got a very, very, very bad price. It was a bad deal. It was a bad deal because you're in with everyone else. It's got nothing to do with Richard or the product or anything else. It was the timing of the cycle, and that's it. Pretty much that's it. It was we entered with too many people in an unlimited sacrifice. Too many soy boy cuck weak hands entered in with us, therefore not everyone can win. All right? And you're thinking about the incentives, by the way. Richard's incentive was to grab as much money as it can, and our incentive is to try to be as early as possible. But the problem is you can't have both win. You understand? Friends, it's a timeline continuum. It's like, okay, before something dies, it's going to hit 1 million users, 1 million active users at the peak. Are you joining in when there's 10,000 or 100,000? If you're joining in at 700,000, you're like way later than when it has only have 10,000 people. But you're not a real believer, are you, if you're joining in at 700,000? So that's basically what it comes down to. I want to show you pHEX as well, friends. It's obviously some people look, man. This what I'm about to show you, you know, this is straight cope because this is a monthly chart, and people are saying this monthly chart's uptrending. It's like, wow, monthly chart's uptrending, friends. Can we not can we have to deal with like reality of the situation here when it comes to just people's bags and coins? Okay, let's not kid ourselves. We are down. All right, you want to do this monthly uptrend? Okay, we are down. Okay, sweet. 97%. 97% from the top. We are still down. We're still down from the PulseChain testnet launch, which was 12.7 cents. How far are we down from that? We are down 90%. All right, so if you want to remove the all-time high price, get rid of that. We're down 90% from testnet version 3 a year ago. Still down. So that's what you just have to wrestle with. Okay, now you can earn yield and do stuff along the way. Now, wait a minute. If you hear that and you think, FUD, there's something wrong with you, man. There's something wrong with you. You have to accept it, friends. I don't understand, like, oh, let's just not look at the chart. I'm telling you, you're playing, it's a cycle 2 narrative. You understand? PulseChain, PulseX, and eHEX are all cycle 2 narratives now. eHEX back then was a cycle 1 narrative. That's why it did so tremendous and people were so early and it grew so big. Okay. They're all cycle 2 narratives now. Now, I don't have the formula because I don't know the future, but I did do the blueprint. Now, I made the blueprint and I looked at all the charts, all the coins, all the research. On average, not even on average, majority of cycle 2 coins, when something in its second cycle, it does do a decent pump. Decent. It's not glorious like the first one. It is diminished, significantly diminished. All right, but it does do a pump. But the timing of the pump is critical. It happens at the end of the cycle. It happens when Bitcoin breaks its all-time high. It's in the final alt season. So I don't know how high these things will go. Do you have to count pHEX? Look, friends, I'm done counting these individual coins. I think it's very, very, very clear the market is treating Hex, Pulse, and PulseX as one coin. It's very clear. Because you know, hopefully it breaks up here and there. But you get to see it, right? Because everyone's sharing the same liquidity pool. Makes sense, right? Hex people sharing with Pulse, sharing with PulseX, pretty much, and everyone owns the same coins. It makes sense. It's not even just me saying it, it's the market saying it. So you're seeing all these put together. And look, if you make money in, let's say you're DCAing and there's lottery tickets and there's launch pads and stuff, I'm going to keep stacking the core. Sweet, because everyone's like, it's never going to pump, it's never going to pump, it's never going to pump. I go, oh, well, I know the final pump is Bitcoin breaking its all-time high for real, not this fake Bitcoin ETF type of move. Like the actual final pump of the whole season, that's when everything starts to go up. Because people remember from the last cycle, it's like this memory pump. It's called cigar puff investing, all right? So that's basically what we're watching out for. But just to pretend like, oh, well, we're uptrending here. Like the same month Bitcoin hit $73,000, did you think Hex was going to have a candle wick that's down 58%? I want to ask you that. Down 58% on the candle wick. The same month Bitcoin breaks its high and hits $73,000. So just to show you that we're running early with Bitcoin. Now, people have asked me, when would it all happen if the 4-year cycle repeated? It would be, we would start running in about 10 months from now. So January next year. Exactly January. That's when it would basically begin. I hope it starts early, whatever. Remember, Bitcoin is due to go for its glorious run if the 4-year cycle repeats in November this year. And then there's like a 2-month lag because Bitcoin's run is so big. It goes for like 2 months, friends. It just takes over the whole industry. Then when it stops, things start distributing. That's 4-year cycle. But remember, what if we get a left translated cycle? I guess we'll wait and see. Now, just to remind you as well, friends, I am still DCA buying eHEX, right? Even though it makes everyone upset. But I'm not just tapping it every day. I want low. You're going to give me lower prices? We'll see what happens from here. Also, incentive token, I'm just farming it. But man, the chart is really low. And look, yeah, what if incentive token first? I just showed you what Cake did. You know, this is Cake's chart. Man, that's nuts. Imagine it does run like this. That's crazy, right? But remember, it was big advantages. So don't think, oh, we're going to do 140x off the low for incentive token. It's not a guaranteed. Remember, I went through it with you. Cake had cycle 1 narrative boosting with it. It was cycle 1 back then. So we get a diminished one. This one, we just don't know how diminished. But it's also pretty nice that Ink is actually as well a cycle 1 coin. That's very nice. So this is the eHEX chart. All right, now is the eHEX chart, friends. It's just amazing. People literally, I made videos, right, 85% down in a month. So people would rather make essays and repeated cope messages in the comment section on Twitter and YouTube. They would rather do that over and over and over again than throw a lottery ticket into something that I'm just saying, wow. Look, if you give me Ticker Bitcoin, Harry Potter, Obama, 85% down, or many other coins, Colt down. I could get so many coins, man. If you just gave me an 85% down in a month, I'm going in, man. I'm going to talk to you about it. I go, man, I don't think these things, but they happen here. It just so happened to be a Richard Hart coin. So I'm just showing you this. This is eHEX, right? Look, I don't know what happens here. I don't really care. But if I put it on the pulse ratio, just to let you know, man, just so it's confirmed here. Yeah, look, I hate to say it, friends. I know. Don't care if you think it sounds cringe or whatever. I just have to do it, okay? Now I have to be very adamant with selling. I didn't think that like I told people, yeah, I'm selling, you're rotating out of eHEX and pHEX. I didn't think, like I didn't make full, dedicated videos. Warning, I'm selling eHEX and pHEX to get into Pulse and PulseX. I didn't think I needed to do that because I believed, oh, we're all going to win. I didn't think, hey, the founder's going to fud his own bags and the market's going to react minus 85% in a day. And he's basically going to gaslight everyone and say, well, no, you're not the real hex. This one's a new rehex now. I'm like, oh, man. What if something else unexpected happens, friends? What if he has to kill another leg off so he can fly? What if? We don't know, right? And you don't blame people in the community for even have these thoughts because it only came from one place, all right? So look at this. Now, this is eHEX versus Pulse. So I've got to remind you, okay, let's remove this. Down here, friends, see, I even have it here. Buy eHEX, DCA as it drops. But if we ever get back here, sell back into Pulse. By the way, if you just did this back to here, you get 2x on your Pulse. So it's like, okay, you deploy 10 million Pulse. When you get to sell, you get back 20 million. That's what it comes down to. So I don't know if it gets there, by the way. Just letting you know, this is what happened last time. Yes, be prepared. If it goes down here and it freaking dies and dies, be prepared. I'll just keep DCA buying more and then we'll have eventually a snap up at the end because people buy meme coin trash and here and there. And oh, friends, of course, like a lot of you people saying PulseChain, PulseX, and pHEX going to do 100x. Okay. You're telling me in this world that PulseChain, PulseX, and pHEX, if they do 100x, the ecosystem is now worth $500 billion. That's 500 billion without eHEX. You're telling me a 500 billion valuation is actually going to sit there and no one is going to take out gambling money to go buy Richard Hart's first coin when it's below a cent. I think the chance of that happening is near zero. There's definitely going to be gamblers, right? And guess what, friends? Just to let you know, there are people with big eHEX stakes. You think they don't have an incentive to start a run? Oh, you know, I don't have big eHEX stakes. I don't have any eHEX stakes. I'm just telling you, that's how the game works. There are going to be people who are like, you know what? I got some eHEX stakes. I don't want to emergency end them and just panic dump. Let's say in the bull market, maybe we can cause a run and get people to come back in and start buying again, friends. Greed takes over. That's what happens. People be like, oh, there's a shot here. Buy Richard's original coin. eHEX is cheaper and stuff. They'll do that. They'll do that. And then, but guess when they're going to be doing that and you're going to believe them? You're going to believe them. Why? Because the candles will be going up. That's why. Later on, the candles will be up and that's when you believe them. But you don't believe me now when I'm telling you to get it when it's cheap. By the way, don't get it. I'm wearing a Pokemon hat. It can all go to zero. Founder can FUD it again, minus 100% again. So when there's other capitulation weeks, they appear. Okay, so here's the thing, man. A lot of people, once again, it's not about being right or wrong. It's about making money. A cheap zone is a cheap zone. And yeah, it goes for 3 to 4 months. I like this. I like this. Okay, still keep staying cheap. Keep staying cheap. It's good. It's like an accelerator on your pulse. Literally. if this happens for me. Now, remember, I'm not buying up here. I'm not buying when the ratio is at 70 or 80, all right? It's now down to 20. Different, right? Hey, at 80, no deal. 20, maybe we have a deal. Make sure you like, subscribe. Catch you soon.